Well, good morning, stamping friends. How is everyone today on this Friday, the day before Halloween? Do you have any plans this year? We are just going to go to my daughter's house and make chili and cornbread, dress up the kids, take lots of pictures, and maybe just go to a few houses of people they know in their neighborhood. So that's our plan. Just a weird year this year. All right, let's get to the projects. I'm so happy that you're joining me. I do YouTube lives and Facebook lives. I do 2 a week. One is on Tuesday morning and one is on Friday morning, and that is at 9 o'clock Arizona time. I'm not even going to say Pacific or Mountain time because Arizona does not observe daylight savings time, so it's different the 2 different times a year. So the best way to find out what time it is in Arizona is just Google it and say, what time is it in Arizona? People get so confused on that. So I decided I publish Mountain Standard Time, but it's best to Google it. All right, so we are winding down on Genevieve Co. in my Santa's Workshop Stamp Camp. And on Sunday, that is the last day to sign up for this class, and I've already started production for cutting out the parts, but it's not too late to order. So just know that you have until Sunday to let me know if you want this cute little Christmas stamp camp. And included in the fee are the full packs of the designer series paper, some ribbon, the embellishments, and snowflake sequins, and all of those we will be using. And we're also using 2 stamp sets, Peace and Joy and Freezin Fun. These are gonna really help for the class, but if you don't have these, you know, you can substitute what you have, but you know, some of these, there's a lot of snow scenes, so you might wanna consider adding that on. These are discounted prices, and the prices published include the tax and shipping, so they are definitely discounted. Now, I did give you some sneak peeks of some of the projects that I designed in this class. I'm going to show you one new one that you haven't seen yet, and it's a cute little ornament, and it's a shaker ornament. So inside, you're going to see the snowflake sequins that are included with your product. And there's 12 make and takes if you count every single project. So this is one of them. And then the one that I showed in the past, actually there's 2 more. This was the card that you're going to be making, and inside is a gift card holder, and you can just stick that in there and it will lie flat, so if you need to mail it. And then the other one is a Christmas tag holder plus some cute little Christmas tags, and you can make more of these if you want. Maybe you want to give them as a gift or use them for yourself, but you can fit even more in there. And if you don't have the nested labels die, you may want to consider adding that on. We have that discounted, or you can just, you know, use one as a pattern or make a rectangle, whatever you want. But that is the shape that I used for those tags. And then there's even more that Genevieve created that we just have sneak peeks. You can look on this logo here. Here's one of them. It's really cute. Genevieve is very creative. So I hope you consider that. I will put links how you can order this on my blog and Facebook page. If you're in Canada, I will direct you to Genevieve's link. And if you're in the US, you can just click on my link. All right, let's see. I wanted to also remind you of the designer series paper sale that is ending. Tomorrow's the last day to order, so I would recommend just order it today. Then there won't be a mad dash at the end tomorrow trying to get your order in. Sometimes the computer bogs down a little bit, and Halloween is probably going to be just a little bit busier days. So these are 15% off, and there's a lot of really nice patterns in here. So, and don't forget to use my host code if you go on my Stampin' Up website. That would be awesome. Well, for today's project, I'm going to use, again, Freezin Fun, because I'm really encouraging you to purchase this bundle because it really has been a lot of fun to work with. And again, this one is included in the Santa's Workshop Stamp Camp that we're doing. All right, so I tried something new this week. I see these all the time and I've never participated in one, but I did the Freshly Made Sketch. And what this website is some awesome demonstrators come up with sketches or themes every week, and then they publish them, and then you can upload your photo of what you came up with and then share it with people. So I did this, and I don't have a finished one to show you. I'm gonna make it as we go here. So isn't that just a creative, unique design here? So I'll show you my version of that sketch. Maybe I should leave it on the side so you can see it. All right, so it is a vertical card. So I started with 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored it in half on the 11-inch side, which would be at 5 1/2. Just fold it in half. There we go, polar bear in a snowstorm. Do you like it? No, I'm just kidding. All right, the next thing I did was just took a piece of scrap paper. Let me grab my ruler because I can't remember what dimension I did. This is just the basic 5 1/4 by 4, and this is just going to be built on. You're not even going to see this. So if you have scrap, you can even use colored cardstock, but we're just going to build on this. Then I took Trimming the Town Designer Series paper, and I just cut this at 4 inches by 3 3/4, and I just started at the top of the paper pack. This is a 12 by 12 piece originally, and all I'm really after are these mountains in the background. And then I'm gonna just take my adhesive, and again, I'm just gonna layer on this piece that you aren't even gonna see, because then we can build on this, and then because I wanna raise this on dimensionals, that's why I'm doing it like that. All right, the next piece, we are gonna do some snow, and what I did for this was I just cut scraps of Whisper White paper, and let me see if I can it's like a puzzle here. Okay, this is the first piece that we're gonna put on, and let's see, just in case you're wondering, because I know if you're like me, you're anal and you like dimensions. This is 4 inches by about 3 1/4 inch, and for this I use, there's a cool die in the bundle or the die set, and I believe that one's called Freezin Friends if you only want the dies, and it just looks like a snow slope or a ski slope. So we're just going to put dimensionals on the back of this. I definitely want my layers of snow popped up, so we'll do about 4 dimensionals here. Do you guys ski at all? We go every year after Christmas, and we just go about maybe 4 hours away in Greer, Arizona, and it's kind of our tradition that we do. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully they'll be open. I don't know, maybe they don't I don't know, maybe they're not open this year. We'll have to check that out. All right, there's number 1. There's a little blob on there. I don't know what that is. Okay, the next layer, this one, look at, it's such a wonky piece, but you can tell I use scrap. And just to give you an idea, again, doesn't really matter because this one only a tiny bit is showing, but it's about 4 inches by 1 1/2 inch. And again, we're going to use dimensionals, and I'm not going to do too much to this one. 2 is enough for here. Like I said, it's just kind of giving one more layer of snow here. It's going to look funny until I'm all done. And then the last layer is going to be this one, and this one is about, I bet it's 4 inches by about 3 inches. Now, before I stick this on, you know what happens when you put it on with dimensionals and then try to stamp. Because it's different layers in there, we need to stamp before we put that on. So I'm going to choose Misty Moonlight, which is a new in color this year. Oopsie, I forgot to grab my sentiment. I think I'm going to do 'Tis the Season to Be Freezing. You gotta love lives. There's always something you're not prepared for, but this is pretty easy to just grab a block. All right, let's ink that up and put it right here. All right, now we can add the dimensionals. And this one is fast and easy card, but if you want the mountains in your background, you can only use 3 across the top in that designer series paper. So in a full pack, you would get 6 of these. You could probably ink up some of your own mountains if you want to make a bunch of them, or just make your own sky in the background. All right, let's put that piece on there, and there we have all of our ski slope layers. There. All right, now let's set that aside and let's work on the little skier now. At first I do have one already colored because I always like to save time on these videos. I don't like them to drag on too much, but some people ask me, how do you get the blending? So that's why I'm going to show you a little bit how I do this. So I'm going to put one skier on here, and then I'm going to add 2 trees. So let me share with how I do my blending. Everybody does it a little bit different. I always like to start with the lighter colors. So I'm gonna color in the green up here with light Old Olive. And I just color the whole thing. And I'm gonna leave the other areas white because I believe that's snow. I'm just gonna do one though, so you get the idea. Leave the lids off, otherwise you're gonna spend half your time taking the lids on and off. Okay, now I just go close to the line, the divider between the snow, and make one darker line. And one thing I discovered about blends, by the way, you have to use Memento black ink, otherwise it'll bleed, is even after you make that line, it is still blending while it's on there. So if it looks harsh, it is, but as you leave it and over time, it's gonna blend. Now I usually go over it one more time, and I go right where the seam of those 2 met. And that's gonna help blend it. All right, now so that was Old Olive. The next 2 that we're gonna use is Soft Suede, light and dark. So again, remember I start with the light, and I'm gonna color his skis. You know what, I think I'm just gonna color 1, and then you'll get the idea, because no use doing the whole thing. Okay, I leave the lid off because I'm gonna come back with that. Then I go at the top and make the darker color. Look at how dark that is, but it's okay, it's gonna blend. That's why they call them blends. I'm done with that one, and then I'm gonna go back again right where the seam, where those 2 met, with the lighter one again. Look at the shading on that. It's like a magic trick, like those magic pens you can get kids. All right, the next one, this one's pretty point blank and easy. We're just gonna color the bunny's nose pink, and this is Flirty Flamingo, the light one. The next one we're gonna do is, there's no blending to this one because it's so small, but I just wanted to show you the color I'm using, Dark Smoky Slate, and that's what I chose for the ski pole. So just that line there, and the ski little holder, and then the little straps on his feet. All right, now for the bunny, I actually preferred, I was using Smoky Slate whenever I used animal or fur or whatever for a lighter gray, but I've found that I like light gray granite better. Whoops, I don't need that Smoky Slate. So this is light gray granite, and I actually think that it's a little bit lighter than Smoky Slate. Oh, I love this color. So I just went like that. I'll just do his face so you can see how I shade. Color them all in. The nice thing about blends is you don't see that line when you color, whereas if you use markers, you always see the line where you go over it again. And then leave this part of his body white, like that little piece in there, okay? Is he gonna look funny if I don't finish him? I left his tail white too. Okay, I guess I might as well just color him. You can use the fat end or the thin, but because I have to go around so many little things, I just prefer using the smaller end. Now for the shading part, where's my original? I used, whoops, I can leave the lid off. I think I used, let me try this one. I'm pretty sure I used, yep, I used light smoky slate. That's why I kept this one out. So just kind of choose where you want to go. I usually go around one edge of the face. I usually go where the lines are, you know, and then, but it doesn't really matter. And then come back in with that lighter one again and just kind of spread the color. Just kind of go where that seam is, where the two met up. And remember, it's still blending even after you're done kind of going where that division is. Sometimes, let me show you what happens when you use the fat end. Sometimes you can do a bigger area like that. So, but leave some of it darker and watch as we go. It's going to blend even more. Like look at the top here. Okay, the last part is the scarf. And again, I'm going to go with the lighter color. This time I chose light Highland Heather, and we're going to accent with the darker. So let's just color the scarf, and I think this one's the prettiest blending. Let me show you here. So we're starting with light, and then we're going to come in with the dark, and all I'm going to do is one little line at the top of all of these, and then come back with the light again, right on the seam of where those two met. It looks like an ombre scarf. Isn't that pretty? All right, oh gosh, I can't leave him like this. I did everything except that other ski, trying to make save some time here, but it's bugging me that this isn't done. So let's go back and do this so we can say it's finished. Go back with dark on the top part like I did the other one, and then finish it off with where the seam is, where the two meet. There we go. All right, I am not going to show you how to die cut that. You all know how to do that, but I die cut all three of these when they were done, and we're just going to attach these. Where is, oh, here's my other one. All right, now let's add it to the front of the card, and we'll definitely use dimensionals on this. And I think a couple will work. We're just going to make him a downhill skier. Sometimes I want to make him do something silly. Everybody has him going downhill. Wouldn't it be fun to put him like upside down or doing a loop-de-loop? Make it a little ski jump. But we'll do like everybody else. Just make him a downhill skier. And then let's put, oh gosh, let's just pop them all up. I was debating about making one flat, but I'm just going dimensional happy here. So, whoops, add, let's go one here, and I like to kind of overlap a little bit, and one here, and let's hope the bunny doesn't run into the trees when he's going downhill. Now, one more little added thing. I'm sure all of you have Linka Stella in your stash. If you don't, this is a must-have because it's clear, iridescent. It just picks up whatever you're coloring. So I want to add some Linka Stella where the snow is on the tree to make it glisten. And I thought about doing the snow, but that might be a little bit overwhelming. So let's just do the trees here, like that. And I know it's hard to see on the video, but it when you move it in light, you can see it glistening. All right, the last part of this card is adding dimensionals to the back. I think I'm going to use the larger ones this time. 3 and one more. We grab another pack. I use both sizes. A lot of times people say, which size should I get? You get way more if you purchase the mini ones, but sometimes you just want it to cover a bigger spot, and so I grab the larger ones. All right, now we just are going to put this on the front of the card, and there is my version of the sketch. Do you see how it goes like that? All right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I encourage you to sign up for our Santa's Workshop Stamp Camp. Deadline is Sunday, and you can just go back on my blog because I use this and the Peace and Joy to show you even more ideas if you add the bundle to your order. All right, thanks guys, and we will see you next week on Tuesday, and I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.